And y'all wake up, man. It's called a Barber. So I wanted to take a few seconds to tell y'all about something that I learned in prison about barbering. Something very, very valuable, right? So I think I went to prison in 2012 or 2013, stayed in there a year, right? It's not a long time for you super thugs out there, but it's a long time for somebody who live good like me, okay? Living below poverty, that's a long time. Anyway, that's when I started my barber career. Right before I went, I was fighting the case, and then from the barber shop, I was in the shop like 6 months after I got my license, and then I had to go to prison. I was already fighting the case. We already knew this was gonna happen, so I went kind of hard. And what that did was it lit a fire up under me because I had to pay a lawyer as soon as I got out of barber college. So all that waiting that a lot of barbers get to do, I didn't get a chance to do it. As soon as I got my license, I was already fighting the case. I had lawyers to pay, bills to pay. I was smashing on the gas, right? I couldn't wait around. I had to do everything possible, right, at that time. And I did it. I had a full roster of clients. 6 months later, I had to go to prison. So I already had my license when I went. So while I was inside, of course, they kind of check to see what you do in the world, because in Texas, you're gonna work. In prison, you're gonna work for free. Whatever you specialize in or whatever you do or think you can do in the world, you do it for them in prison. So of course, they made me the barber. First, I was the barber that balled all the inmates' heads off when they come through the door. You know, they take all your hair off. You know, that was an experience. Then, of course, I had to put in my due diligence, and then they moved me up to the officer barber. I cut the warden, the captain, all the COs, the correction officers, everybody. I cut a few inmates inside the cell as well with a comb and razor, but every day I had to turn out to work 5 a.m., just like I do now. I'm up early. That's where I get that from. That's one thing that I learned. I had to turn out every day and go get it in. I cut all the officers. And one day the warden came in, he was like, man, you know, the officers get their hair cut for free by me. I guess the company that they work for pays for the cuts. Someone was coming twice a week, right? Because it's free for them. And one day the warden walked in and looked at the list that they have to sign, and he was like, man, look, these officers, they coming in too much. He said, he went through the pages, he said, man, I never seen this many people come get their hair cut my whole time working for prisons. You know, he hadn't seen that many officers get their hair cut that many times, you know, his whole career. So that let me know that I was valuable, because I was the same way in the shop before I went to prison. I'm like that now, but even in prison, they let me know that that was my gift, right? And speaking of gift, prison is a horrible place. It's a place that's below poverty. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, not even for one day, right? So when I was in there, of course, while I was cutting hair, I noticed that the officers treated me different. And I was considered barber number one because I'm the warden's barber, meaning I can't be touched as long as he liked my haircuts. I cut the warden, assistant warden, captains, sergeants, and all the rest of the COs under them. They liked my cuts, so it gave me this favoritism. I was able to maneuver around the unit in a specific type of way that the average inmate couldn't, right? I had the connection with all the officers on the whole unit. I got treated differently, right? I'm that barber. See? So what I learned about barbering is that this is special. It's special. You understand? This is a special profession, and a lot of people, they wonder, like, why you so passionate about barbering? Why you educate? Why you always, you know? Because, man, this is near and dear to me, right? I was in one of the worst places of my life. Like I said, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. and barbering gave me a sense of freedom, right? It gave me a sense of belonging, not belonging in prison, but just I got treated like a person. Everybody else got treated like animals and inmates. I got treated like a person. I just couldn't walk out that gate and go home. You know, I got special privileges. My whites and the other inmates whites, which mean the uniform we had to wear, was no comparison. Theirs was used. They come through with a big old bucket and they just make them come get it. Some too big, some too small, some got stains on it, some yellow, none of them white, because inmates still bleach, so it wasn't no whites. But mine's was called SP, special press. I had the crease and the creases, right? This ain't glorifying no prison. I want to make that clear. But while I was in there, I had the creases, you know. My boots was the best, and if you get 1 or 2 scratches on it, they want me to get some new ones, right? So that was cool, you know. Prison ain't cool, but while I was in there, I had to do what was best, right? So I was able to eat out of the officers' cafeteria, right? And I had to eat the sloppy food they were serving inmates. You could still taste the sand in some of the food in there, right? Because you know, they grow their own food and stuff. Some of that stuff, that crap I didn't want to eat, so I ate out of the officers' cafeteria. I couldn't walk in there, but the officers would bring it to me because I cut their hair. I give them something. They take them haircuts back in the world, got their wives and girlfriends jumping all on them. I even cut some women, you know, the women officers, you know. It gave me favoritism, but it let me know that this is a gift, right? You use barbering to connect with people, right? To get special privileges. Think about it. If you cut an NBA player, I mean, you get access behind the scenes and certain connections. Football player, same thing. You cut the mayor, police officers, whatever, out here in the world, in the free world. You get all these connections. It's a gift. You gotta learn to use your skill to get you in doors that you typically wouldn't be able to get in. See what I'm saying? But this is a gift, right? You notice how humble clients be when they get in the chair? Some of them spill their whole lives out to us, right? They trust us. It puts you in a certain position, like a therapist or a counselor, unlicensed. But it puts you in a certain position by default. You ain't even gotta try. See what I'm saying? Because a haircut is special. You in these people's heads. You know what I'm saying? Figuratively and literally. You see what I'm saying? You in their heads. So you gotta understand that this is a special profession, right? You gotta be decorated. Yeah, anybody can get their license, but I think you must go through a system to be dedicated to this, and it decorates you. You understand? To become a certain type of person whose word can be trusted in little boys' ears, in grown men ears that's going through stuff, or grown women ears that's going through stuff. Can't be telling a young dude, hey, go fuck all the hoes. Can't do that, man. Can't tell a grown man, forget her, leave her. You can't do that, man. You understand? You can't tell a chick, leave your husband, leave him. You ain't no good. Come on, man. You gotta be a person whose word can be trusted, who can make sound decisions. You must work on yourself. That's why personal development is important for barbers, you know? And we gotta take it serious. This ain't a game. It's special, it's near and dear, right? People treat barbers a certain type of way. Use it to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to commit a crime and get things done. You don't gotta finesse to get things done. All you gotta do is pull them clippers out and cut the right people, and you'll get in the right places. Cause this is special, right? This is a special profession. It's a special position to be in as a human being. So if you thinking about signing up for barbering, you new to signing up for barbering, or or you're already a barber, understand it's more than just picking up clippers and cutting hair. It's special, right? You're a special person. You're the light in people's lives, man. You'll be surprised a lot of people don't come to you just because you can cut. It's because you can help. You understand? So that's something I learned from prison. Quick little chat in between clients, man. Listen, if you got questions, leave it in the comments. If you like anything out of this video, just like it. It's all easy. Y'all like the video, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, wake y'all asses up.